What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Sunday night here, and I am on my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 shifts deep, and it's been so good. But it's been full of challenges as well, and let me tell you what a couple of those were, and also the wins as well. So before I do that, I just want to show you around the camp room. So you can see I've got all of my stuff pumped in there. That's the bedroom. It's not too bad. Shower now. It's coming pretty tidy. Yeah. So what's been a challenge is managing my expectations with training and running. So some of the days here are 13.5 hour days on site. So that's a 4 o'clock wake up, and I don't get back to camp by 7:15, which means that running is a shorter, sharper burst. It's harder to fit in. I'm not quite ready to wake up at 3 or 2:30 to do that run. So what also comes on the back of that is after I run, my energy is often a lot higher because I have dinner after I train. So it's interesting. It's got some implications, and that's been something that I'm been struggling with this week, and the internal noise of going, oh, just have tonight off. It's all good. And I heard something a little while ago, and I can't remember who it was from specifically, but they said, I think it was a James Clear, and it said, if you want to have a day off today, don't. Push through the day off that you think you need today, do it today, and if you still need it tomorrow, then have tomorrow off. And so I applied that principle out here, and I ended up doing a hill run. So there's a big hill in town here. I smashed it, and I'll get to another story on that in a minute, which is really cool. And I think we can all apply that lesson to our lives. And I'm not talking about having days where you just want to quit. Sure, have your rest if you really need to. But specifically what this is alluding to is, if you think you need a day off today, it could just be today. It could just be you woke up on the wrong side of bed. It could be just your energy today. That's fine. But instead of leaning into that discomfort, stick with the discipline, take the action, do the day that you said you're going to do, the thing you said you're going to do. And then if you still need it tomorrow, then you have it tomorrow. And I like to think about that with my run training. It's really obvious. And sometimes I don't get to have the opportunity to do it tomorrow, or I don't have the opportunity to make up that session because I'm already chockers with sessions, right? So it's a good indicator that you aren't always as tired or as exhausted or as you think, and it can just be that little head noise, that excuse that says, oh no, but it would just be much easier if I didn't do it, right? And I get that too, don't you freaking worry. So that was an interesting one. And the other challenge, which is actually not really a challenge, but it's not a challenge at all actually. It was a challenge I thought I would have coming out here. And for those of you who work in mining, for those of you who don't, you'll probably understand it either way. It's blue collar industry. So I thought that coming out here, the culture would be a lot about drinking, not looking after yourself, having beers every night and talking shit. Because I guess when I left, that was a lot of what there's a lot of what I observed. There was definitely periods where I was in that cycle for sure. And when I stopped and I started looking after my health before I fully left the industry, I did notice that from an external, especially trying to make those new habits, it was really like in my face, fuck, we're all doing it so hard, so bad. And so I had this preconceived conception that this would be exactly the same. And I was talking to one of the guys tonight, and I was talking about how cool it is to actually recognize that and then come into a crew who do train, you do go to the gym, you do make time for your health, you just care about it, you're just curious about it, you're doing things like that as well. And they're the same age as me, which is cool to recognize. And I just thought that was really fascinating and great, because ultimately I give a shit about that. And to apply that tonight of going to the pub for dinner, I'm not drinking at the moment, so it was even to go, I'll come to the pub but I'm not drinking. And they're like, sweet, no worries, as opposed to, oh, don't be a soft cock, rah, 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 which I've been certainly guilty of dishing out in the past. So that was really cool. And with that, I think I'm settling in. I'm enjoying the environment. I'm enjoying the learning and getting back into the rhythm of thinking about solving different problems. And one of the things that's really obvious is solving machine problems is much easier than solving people problems, because on a machine problem, I can go to this fault, I can check it with a multimeter, I can check it visually, and I can look at a schematic or a wiring diagram and go, oh, that should be doing this here, it's not doing that there, let's test it there, it's not doing it, it should be over here. People do not work like that, and it's really refreshing and actually quite liberating, but also very exciting to think, to just have that opportunity for my mind to switch off a little bit as well. I know when I'm at home and I'm in the office doing evocative full time, it's very intense on the brain, lots of problem solving, lots of creativity, lots of looking at, lots of listening to people and asking curious questions. Whereas when you're on a machine, I answer those questions in my head while I'm looking at the diagram or looking at the machine, and its response is the test that I'm doing, whether it's with a multimeter or visually or mechanically. So that's been really cool to recognize and laugh a little bit about as well. So I'm settling in, I'm enjoying it. I booked my flights, I head home Wednesday morning, so 2 more shifts out here, and I'll be traveling back the Tuesday morning. So what's that? Wednesday and Tuesday are travel days, so we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 5-6 good days at home, which is going to be great. Keen to rip into getting this content live and maybe even putting together a bit of FAQ, frequently asked questions, and trying to find the answers to those questions while I'm out here, which will be fun. So if you're listening to this episode now, send me a message or comment in chat wherever you're watching this or reading this, and let me know what curious questions you have. What challenges did you have when you're out here, or what's the stereotypes that you think are true out here? And of course, I'm only in one site with a certain number of people, so it's not blanket, but I'll do my best to report on that, and I look forward to sharing it all with you. So thanks for playing along, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you soon. Peace.